Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Happy holiday season. Whatever's going down for you in the world right now, I hope it's doing it's doing in the world a good. I hope everyone's having a good time and enjoying their family, and be nice to each other, would you? Because it's a good time of year. Everyone hopefully is having a break. I want to talk to you about a game today that I had a little bit ago. This has been footage that I've been grinding for a while. I've been just cutting and editing, and it's been sitting on the project table for a bit. And I wanted to talk about this game in particular because this is I'm playing solo squads here versus FPP squads on the Asia server. And I mean, it's not because I want to. I'm actually having to play more TPP at the moment. Just the queues are terrible, which is a whole other thing. I'll go into that another time. But what I wanted to really talk about here, and you're going to notice it, is I do some really good things and I do some bad things. And I want to break down the pros and the cons. This is going to help if you're new to the game, but I think this is something that we all do, even if we're good players. You get very, very carried away with yourself. And you'll get what I mean in a tick. Like I'm a reasonable player at this game. There's a lot of players I run into who are just flat out better than me in gunfights and things. And there's a lot of reasons you can find to give yourself up. But let's be honest, like there's only a very, very small amount of room for the very top of the mountain. You and everyone else is within enough percentage points of each other that some days they'll win, some days they'll lose. This particular game, I decided that I was going to be a super tactical genius. Now, there's a duo up there that I just knocked one of, okay? And I've immediately rotated. And what I wanted to do this whole game was stick and move. And it's hilarious how it all turns out. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a sec. The duo last saw me directly across the road from them in Rojok, and they're actually rotating down to try and get a hold of me. But I've moved all the way out to the eastern flank, and I'm having a look around to see where they are. I've got a 4-scope, an M24, there we go. Over there, I can see them on the top of the ridge line that's not quite rendering, waiting, and missed that shot, but I'm going to get him on the way down the hill, and he's got no idea, I'm guessing, where that's come from. He's having a look, and we get another headshot. And again, we knock that Oreo Todza. We knock him out. I'm going to cut this here because I rotate all the way out to the top of the hill again to get behind them now. So I've basically done a full 360 circle and I actually miss a headshot here. I get a good body shot in, but it's actually pre-patch 0.16.0 when the big buff came up to the M24's body shot damage. And that was a level 2 vest. That could well have knocked him depending on what kind of armor he had. This is something else I want to talk about. If I use a silencer on the M762 versus a compensator, it is crazy how much I cannot control the recoil. I am very much an anti-silencer guy. Everyone that I play with used to be like, have you got a suppressor? Have you got a suppressor? They all wanted the suppressor. And I never cared about the suppressor. I only cared about the compensator. And the reason being that the compensator is probably the biggest implement on the M762 to actually keep the recoil under control. And I did a whole video about how the most important thing with the M762 is getting a hold of a compensator and then an angled grip. And anyway, so I start flanking those dudes again. And voila, I run into another couple of guys over here as soon as I get out of the car. And they're long-range tap firing at me with I think it's a M416 or a Scarrel or something. There's his mate at the back. We get another headshot in and we get the kills there. And those guys have now rotated all the way through to the other side of Rojok. They are about 15 northeast from me in the top 2-story penthouse up there. So we have swapped sides of the road and they're probably a little bit baffled as to what the hell is going on now. And like I said, we fall in love with ourselves. We think we are so clever. I've rotated all the way around here. I've headshot and cleared a duo there as well. And now I'm like, these guys are looking for me in Rojok, and I am not in Rojok. I am actually across the road on the hill. I am so clever. Right, so headshot the squad mate of Toda, who I'd been knocking a couple of times, and then give him another tuck up. And then I'm just going to basically get in the car and I'm going to be an even smarter kid. I'm going to go all the way around in front of them in the Dacia and gatekeep them at the next edge of the next zone. like an absolute pest. And this is what I was doing this particular day. I was trying to tactically build a good game, like constantly, instead of just being mind-numbing, boring, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. And I was doing it really, really well, as is evidenced by the absolute nightmare of a time I put these two blokes through, which was, I felt bad, but it was all in the name of content. So the M762 for me is very, very difficult. And I nearly get in trouble here because I'm so full of myself. He's actually already across. Okay? That was very, very close to getting in strife because I thought, obviously I'm so fearsome, they'll never rotate out of there fast, but they did. They went really, really quickly and got across the river before I actually got here to gatekeep them. Cheeky, cheeky kids. So the M762, let's cut back to that for just a touch. I can't control this thing with a suppressor on it. And I never really play with suppressors unless I auto pick one up and I don't find a compensator somewhere else. That's about the only time I'll use one. I might whack one on a DMR, but even then I spend a lot of time looking for sniper compensators. And if I find a sniper compensator, I will pick it up and run it in my bag, even if I don't have a DMR, because I'm hopeful of finding a Mark 14. And that is a huge benefit. And I'm trying to do a compensator and attachment video before I go away for Christmas. So we'll see how I go with that. Anyway, nothing much happened for a while, and I pushed down here to have a look at a crate. And lo and behold, there's a squad here in front of me. And this is the Saveni Ridgeline. This is one of my favourite places to be in game. I think this is a really great spot. And I'm just ADS'd in. This is something that you can do, and you will see movement really, really quickly if you're ADS'd in there. And then I'm going to recover straight away back behind my vehicle. Now, you're going to see me do this twice, in fact, in gunfights, where I move back behind the vehicle just to get a little bit of cover. Now, I've got plenty of grenades, and I'm not going to get extra points at the end of the game for having a hold of them, so I'm getting them out there, okay? And then I'm going to use the crate area there to get a good look and have a little bit of hard cover. Oh, and the grenade takes him out just before I get to him. Tap up his mate at the end. And he's down there. So we're going to drop to the left down below the ridgeline, send him a pineapple surprise, and see if we can't just sneak a little bit of a pushy, jumpy, pushy, jumpy thing in here. And we do. He's trying to get a heal off at the end, and we nut. Which I J-Tham. Good gunfight, boys. Good gunfight, good gunfight. So I'm feeling like I know what I'm doing here. I mean, this is such... Some of the biggest falls I have is when I believe that I am good. You can see I've automatically equipped that compensator. I mean, when you start believing that you actually are pretty good at the game, that's when, you know, you're just leaving yourself... It's just hubris. It's hubris. So many people play this game. Sometimes you go well. Sometimes you have things happen that seem a little bit out of your hands. And other times it's completely your fault. And that's what's going to happen right here. Now, there's an Amigo down there. I'm going to knock him. Then another bloke turns up and hits me. I'm not exactly sure where from. He's in a ghillie suit. And I think he actually pops down there. And I've cut out the bit where I'm just looking around watching to see if anyone revives that bloke while staying safely out of the way from the bloke who just knocked me or just hit me. And then I get my heal on. Voila, there's another bloke out there who obviously knows I'm here. Tag him, tap him once with the AWM, need another hit, and he goes down. Now, that's not safe. The backpack is part of the hitbox, I believe. It used to be, it still is now, and it certainly is for DNS Nutif. He's knocked, though, so I'm missing a bloke in a ghillie suit who was basically over the other side of this ridgeline. So you're going to see me draw straight back to my car as soon as I hear any noise. There it is. Stop. Look for movement. It's ADSing on ridgelines is such a massive thing. It's so good. And here is where the hubris really takes over. Now, I've played pretty well thus far. I've got 12 kills. It's actually going to be a game where I do a 100 rating, perfect 5.100 rating for heals, damage, support, all that kind of stuff. And there's a bloke over there, and he does so well here. He shoots at the car and everything, right? And throws all the smokes. And this is why I love FPP. I just love FPP. He is causing an unholy racket over there. There he is. Oh, he's got a Mark 14. Ow. And that was my shot right there. That was a win right there. This is why I love FPP, and I think TPP is so much the second best mode of this game. That guy is going to rotate hard at me because I wasn't able to see him. And he's actually going to pop on my left really, really close. And I'm going to try and spray with the bloody barrel, M762 with the suppressor on it. And I can't control it. And I'm going to lose the game because I screwed up and missed. I just missed. This is the stuff I don't like showing. It makes me cringe, but I just flat out. He's rotated really well. Hats off for this bloke. He's done a really good job. Been brave, been aggressive. This is the kind of FPP play you love. And he's right there. I am going to poke with the M762, put the holographic on it. Should be fine. This is just painful. I don't hit this guy once. Not once. Not once. Let's watch that in slow motion again. Great Gren by him too. Using the cover. He's been aggressive. He's flanked. I don't know what I'm shooting at. And that is why, boys and girls, you just got to really suck it up and work harder because that is a me problem. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope it gives you a little bit of a cautionary tale on how you need to maybe just stick to your guns and work hard, play right, and not get all full of yourself when you think you're rocking. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever floats your boat. Look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.